Hey, what's up, everybody? I'm your boy, Daniel Stewart. Some people call me Young Decent. This is the Young Decent podcast, and today is dedicated to love. You know, it's Valentine's Day, and we're gonna have some hot topics going on. It's gonna be a very, very exciting show. We might have to call this an extravaganza, because today we're going to be talking about a couple things. We're not just going to talk about love. And now remember, love is not just romantic love, you know, because we have also a greatest love of all kind of love. You know, the love of God is always first, you know. So saying that, for God so loved the world, he gave his one and only son, that if we would believe, we wouldn't perish but have eternal life. All right, so we had to give a shout out to God, the greatest love of all, right? But we're gonna start this off talking about sports. All right, we're gonna talk about the Super Bowl, ladies and gentlemen. We're gonna talk about the Super Bowl. We're gonna talk about that exciting game. So let's get into it. So we have the Chiefs winning and taking it all, getting 38 points, and the Philadelphia Eagles at 35 points. This was a very exciting game. The halftime show was okay, you know, but I was waiting for the halftime show. But the game was so exciting. It's usually like lopsided, you know, with one team kind of blowing out the other team, or it's just not going in a way that you really think it was going to go. But I love the one person score. I didn't know why they didn't take the coin toss. I was like, what happened with that? I'm like, that, you know, but it worked out at the end. I was neutral, and it was an exciting game, you know. So shout out to Super Bowl 2023, and we'll see who take it next year. Now, on to the blockbuster trade news. Kevin Durant to the Phoenix Suns, okay? And this is blockbuster, you know, and we're gonna have to see, you know, because this shakes it up. I think it can go any way. We'll see who locks in towards the end of the NBA season, and will the Lakers move up? Will Golden State keep the title? You know, there's a lot of contenders. We're gonna just have to see. And we got Russell Westbrook. Russell Westbrook gets traded from the Los Angeles Lakers. They say he's in Utah right now, but he's not going to stay there. I'm just very happy that this man, I must have allergies or something scared me. This man is finally off the Lakers. To me, it looked very toxic. Everyone needs a reboot. Everyone needs a new start, and now he gets to start over and do it again. I wish him well in his endeavors and journey. We will see. Now, it's also Black History Month, so before we talk about love, so many things I've got to tell you. All right? Before we talk about love, I want to talk about Black History Month. And today we are spotlighting Martin Luther King Jr. Yes, folks. The person that everybody in junior high school, and elementary school writes about. You know, there are more Black history characters. I get it. But I have to spotlight him because in the movie Selma, he did something that has become, to me, one of the best scenes I've ever seen in a movie. And it was very powerful, and it just makes you really sensitive. It makes you think and brings you to a place of awareness. See, I realize that sometimes you have to take things one step at a time. And I want to also talk about, I don't want to be all over the place, but I want to talk about rest and I want to talk about peace. But today, where the main objective is love, right? Love kind of covers all of that, right? So, Martin Luther King was walking over the bridge called Selma. And so in the movie Selma is about that bridge, how they were crossing over that bridge and basically battling segregation. So you had at that point in the movie, if I remember right, you know, we had the blacks and we had some of the Caucasian people, and they were in harmony and in unity trying to cross that bridge. So at this part of the movie, basically Martin Luther King and the marchers and the protesters are peacefully protesting with love. They're not resisting or fighting back with fists. They're fighting with love. And a lot of people nowadays, we need to protest with love. You know, you don't see people doing that no more. They throwing trash cans and mad, I'm angry. Some people are angry and mad and protesting and don't know what they protesting about. They just mad, and that's okay. But we're talking about love. We're talking about love today, right? So what happens is Martin Luther King, he approaches this bridge Selma, and when they cross this bridge, it's basically, now I need to do my research more, but from what I remember, it's basically a goal. You know, the goal is, you know, to end segregation and to fight, basically fight with love, right? So what he does is they kind of gives him the green light to cross this bridge, but during the middle of it, you know, I think they're locked up. They're holding hands in unity, and they're marching peacefully with love. He stops and he kneels down. Now, to me, that's a very powerful moment of the movie, because to me, it shows that he was at rest and he was at peace, right? He was at rest and he was at peace. But what was driving that? It was love. It was love. So he kneels down and he says a prayer, or he has a moment of silence prayer, and he realized it's not time yet. So all these people are marching, they're, you know, fired up, and he tells everybody, let's turn around. And they go back. They say it's not time yet. So I guess the point is, love has patience in it. Love is kind, right? So rest means to cease work or movement in order to relax, refresh oneself, or recover strength. Peace means freedom from disturbance and tranquility. Mental calm and into war outside, in war internally. So I was spotlighting Black History Month and Martin Luther King, and I thought that was a powerful part of the movie, so I really just wanted to highlight that. But I also was looking at these two words, rest and peace. We're talking about rest and ceasing from work or movement. You know, a lot of people, as you look in the world today, they're not resting, right? They say they're resting, but they have not ceased from their work or movement. They constantly feel like they gotta do something, but sometimes it's good just to rest and basically be still, right? And peace, mental calm, and into war outside and war internally. There's a lot of people that are at war outside, right? But there's also a lot of people who are at war internally. They're having these internal battles and struggles. Love is truly the answer. And now we've reached the segment of the show where we're now talking about the different kind of love. We're talking about the romantic love. We're talking about my boo thing love. Okay. And I really wish I had someone here to talk to about it. I don't want to really even hold this thing down all by myself. But today, fellas, I got this. And don't worry, ladies. We're not going to cause any wars up in here. I'm going to keep it very classy. Okay? So, the first thing I want to say is a word to my future wife. Here's a note. She's going to have to accept me. Huh? What do I mean? She's going to have to accept my singing. I sing in the morning. I sing in the afternoon. I sing at night. She's just going to have to accept it. That's what I do. That's just something she's going to have to accept about me. Okay? And you know what? I hope she can accept that. Maybe she sings too and we'll be on two different notes and it'll be perfect harmony. So since we're talking about love, the question I wanted to ask is, and I don't want to start a war, is it okay to settle? Is it okay to settle? So there's nobody here to take this question, so I have to take it. I'm gonna say, let me look in the. No, it is not okay to settle. I've come this far, and I refuse to settle. And what does that really mean, though? It doesn't mean you have to be a super diva, super stuck up. No, it has to be my way or the highway. No, that's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about really finding someone that you have different levels with. There's this thing where like, all right, I'm single, so let me just take the first person that comes along. Hey, you. I'm single. I don't want to be you. I think that's a recipe for disaster. I think that's why we look at the Maury show, the Jerry Springer show, divorce court, and you see all that type of stuff like that is because we're doing that any, meeny, miny, mo. I don't want to be alone. Yeah, you. And we can't do that. You know what I'm saying? I think we need to go back to the basics, getting to know somebody, and then what we have in common. Do we share the same faith? And just getting to know someone. A friendship, right? It doesn't even have to be something super over the top, roses and chocolates. It could just be like friendship, I want to know what y'all think in the comments when I say, is it okay to settle? This probably has different levels, but I want to know what people think. I don't want to just be the only one talking. I want people to say something. Talk to me. Say something back. Because listen, maybe you can give me some insights too, and that's just my opinion. It's my opinion. And that's what matters. So today we're talking about love. So many things I've got to tell you, but I'm afraid I don't know how. Yes, I sing all the time, so my boo gonna have to get used to that. The Young Decent Podcast. Is it okay to settle? And hold on. I know my first episode was a little out of focus. I'm hoping that the producers and the people behind the scenes, me. I'm hoping that they get it together. All right. So, is it okay to settle? We're talking about love. Love is patient. Love is kind, right? And I just want to leave y'all with hope, right? If you're single, and you've been waiting for your mate, they're coming. Keep the faith. It's okay to be single. Love yourself first, meaning take yourself on a treat yourself, pamper yourself, and do things that really make you happy and smile a lot. You know what I'm saying? And just enjoy life. Now I'm talking to myself too. Just enjoy life, and as you go, I believe the right person they just come, right? They're attracted to that joy. They're attracted to that smile. It's something about your presence, right? Let your light shine, and don't be anxious about Valentine's Day and everyone tripping. You're going to be okay. Your time is coming. All right. So it's the Young Decent Podcast. I think I've run way over my time. I did not mean to be this long, but as usual, a shameless plug. I got a new album coming out called Reboot, and it's for everybody. Everybody needs a reboot. Everybody needs a chance to start over, try again, reset. And I did say last time I was going to talk about marketing today, but love, Black History Month, and sports, that all took over today's show. So, maybe next week we'll talk about marketing, business, and why most people fail. And it's okay to fail, but why do people keep failing? That's not okay. Eventually you got to find the formula that works, and it should be like you fail. Okay, you go up at some point. If you failing and you never go up, something's wrong. So we're gonna find out what's wrong. And I'm not exempt. We're going to do this together. So remember, like, subscribe, please share. I'm so glad you're watching. I'm so glad you chose to spend your time with me. Thank you so much. And it's never no pressure. You don't have to do anything you don't want to do. But thank you for showing up. And I hope you all have a great Valentine's Day, and a great tomorrow, and a great rest of your week too, in a very happy and prosperous 2023. I really hope that for everybody that's watching. Go after your dreams. Go after the things that you want out of life. It's available for the taking. You can do it. I believe in you. And as I say to you, I'm saying it to myself too. Till next time, Young Decent Podcast. Peace.